Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Crafts Designs. Welcome and welcome back. I'm here with another one sheet project. Not as quick as some of the ones we've been doing, but I love it. I really love it. It's not my idea, this one. It's one I got from a lady called Allyson from a channel called Allyson Blessings. I'm not sure the channel is active anymore, if she's still uploading. Because this one was a few years ago and she's not uploaded for over a year. But I just had to give this one a whirl. Right, so as you can see, you can use it as a happy mail, yeah, snail mail, whichever you call it, or a junk journal insert, which is what I'll be using it for. And yeah, just look at that. It's got 8 pockets and it's all from one sheet of paper. And it is a single-sided sheet of paper as well. So it's very clever how she's done this. So you can already see where all the pockets and tags are. There's 8 of them. That's 2, 3, 4. One long one there, 5. One at the side, 6. How good is this? Then you've got 2 on the back, 7, 8. Or you could have that as the front if you wanted. It really can go anyway, can't it? Right, also, I'm going to do a nice bright one. People commented that they liked that I'd used nice bright paper last week for a change. So I thought, yeah, just before we get into all autumn stuff and my other projects are a bit dark and grungy at the minute, I'm going to use a nice bright sheet of paper. Right, pick one that's non-directional or not. I'm calling this not very directional. Yes, it's got love arts on. Yes, some of them are going to end up a bit upside down, but I think it's going to look fine. So get it on your 12x12 scoreboard. It's much more precise, this project, so it's better to score than just fold, although you could do it by folding. Now we're making vertical scores at 4 and 8. That's nice and easy to remember. There we go. Then we're going to turn it sideways. And what Allyson did is she scored it at 4 and 8 again. But because my paper's just a smidgen directional, I'm going to score it at, because I've turned it this way, I'm going to score it at 2. And I'm going to score it at 8. 2 and 8. Our next move is going to be to cut it straight down there, yeah? Which, well, we're cutting it in half. It's going to leave us with 2 pieces with a 4 and a 2. So can you see why I've done it like this? It just means that my love arts on the larger parts are going to be the right way up. Yeah. Right, I've been playing with this all morning. I tried it with thicker paper, it don't work so good. I've made a few little tweaks to this just to make it so that it comes out a little bit flatter. Right, cut it at 6. So we've got the 2 pieces there. So you're cutting horizontally at 6. Right, put that out of the way. Now, for the next bit, turn it over so you're just working on white side. That's why I've not got the brightness up too far on my camera either. Well, this will be blinding you. Right, take one piece, any piece, don't matter, and we're going to put some little thumb notches in. And we want to do top, middle. Try and get these as central as you can, especially on the other sheet. So top, middle, that side there, and that there. So excuse me flipping it about to do that, but I'm right-handed. There we go. So we've done top, middle, left hand side and left bottom. Now we're going to cut this piece off altogether. We are. Now when you cut it off, I like to cut, and this is one of the tweaks I've made, make sure you cut right to the right hand side of where you've scored. You know how you get your little valley on one side and your little hill on the other? Cut the hill off. Yes, just chop that hill. Delete the hill. That'll make it much easier when you come to fold this up. Just a little more. I'll get my little scissors just to tweak that last little bit. If you don't get this corner neat, there's a chance things can rip. There we go. Now I'm just going to trim the rest of the hill off here. Or this piece will be a smidgen bigger than we want it to be. get a trimmer to do this if you want. Mine's just going to be like wonky as a donkey. I didn't quite even get it all off there, did I? Come on, woman. That'll do. It's as straight as it needs to be. Right, then we're going to do a bit of folding on this. Not a lot of folding, but you'll like it. So the right hand side, fold that in and crease. Get your bone folder, woman, instead of using your nail. It does the job much better. Also would a butter knife, so would anything. End of a pen. Then we're going to fold that one over. As I'm folding this, I want my tops to be nice and straight, because you're not going to see it bottom. So that's that. Do you know, I've just remembered another tweak I've made. Right, I cut a sliver off there, and I'm going to do it. Yeah. Otherwise, this piece ends up being a little bit wide for what you want. I'm literally cutting about... Do it with your trimmer, woman. Do it with your trimmer. Make your life easier. Just a 1/16 of an inch. Cut it off. Throw it away. Bin it. There you go. It's gone. I think these tweaks are worth it for this project. Excuse me, because it's such a good one. And then when you fold, get right up to your score line. Yeah, that's it. In a way, you're like redoing that crease. That's it. That just makes it a teeny tiny bit narrower. That's it. And then when you fold that over, it meets the edge like you want it to. There we go. I hope you followed that. Yeah, I'll open it up and show you again. So all I've done is I've cut a 1/16 of an inch off there before folding it, which would have then made this piece shorter. But to compensate, I've just hutched it over a little bit up to the score line before creasing. Yeah. Right, now put that one down and stop messing with it. Bring your other one in. We're going to put thumb notches on all 3 tops and all 3 bottoms. So crack on. These are the ones you really need to make sure you've got them central. It's not a deal breaker if you don't. We can fix it. But if they're really, really out, then it's going to have me tutting. Tut, tut, tut. So there we go. And do the bottoms. I can hear my blind. I hope it's not distracting. I hope you can't hear it. I've got window open because it's quite humid here today. And there's like a metal rod on the bottom of my blind and it keeps blowing. And I don't want to shut my window because I'll be too hot. If I just push something up against the blind, it'll stop doing that, won't it? Yeah. Here we go. There we go. It's stopped. Right. So now we're going to need to do some cutting on this one. We're not going to cut this whole section off this time. We're just going to cut across there. And same as with the other one, cut that hill out. Just cut it out. Get rid of it. We don't want it. So cut on either side of it and take that tiny sliver of paper away. And don't save it as a scrap. It's so not big enough. Put it in the bin. Or, as I do, throw it on the floor. Till later. So you can see we're just taking a bit out. I'm going to swap to my smaller scissors to do end bit. They're much pointier and I'll get much neater. See, it's a little bit more precise than ones I've done before and a little bit more complicated. I should have said this at the beginning. I won't make it along with me. In case I do it wrong, watch it and then have a go. Yeah. Right, back to the folding. We're not cutting any bits off edges this time. We're quite happy. Fold this, and this time make sure it's just before the crease line. Yeah. Get your top straight and level. Now, can you see how those two have matched up? This is why I was saying it's important to get your thumb notches pretty central. If I could have remembered which ones to wait and notch together, I would have. Mine aren't too bad. But at this point, I'm just gonna do that again. Just to, there you go, perfect. Now, take the bottom and fold it up. Yeah. Excuse me, frog's back. And I have got a sweet. Crease that. And then you see this bit here. Turn that over and flip that to there. And that becomes your pocket there then. Cute. Right, turn it back again. Grab your other piece. Them H's are coming where they didn't want to, where they shouldn't again. Right, and turn this round so that you don't see the thumb notch at the top. And pop it inside there. How fab is that? Allyson, you're amazing. Look at that. And then this folds over there. It's a bone folding. And there we have it. I know we haven't glued it yet. I haven't forgot. So there we have it. I turn the back over. You can see we've got one pocket. Take that piece of paper, stick it there to make your other pocket. So that's where we're going to start the gluing. I hope you're not watching Kay, but I've lost my glue stopper. Oh dear. One of my lovely subscribers, Kay, sent me a glue stopper and I've not put it in and I don't know where it is, but it's going to be much easier to find than a single pin. Yeah, of course it is. I am absolutely a nightmare. I've only lost it today. It's rolled off at table outside. So, yeah, I will pick it up when I've done. So, I've put glue around the 3 edges. That's why I normally hold it in air when I do that. It's easier to grab. And we're going to glue that on there to make that bottom pocket at the back. Look, I'm still pretending it's all glued together even though it isn't. There we go. Now we need to do some gluing. I'm going to glue, take your long piece as I'm now calling it. I'm going to glue that first. Right, we need to glue this pocket up. Yeah. Now I don't bother gluing that bit. It's not, I don't think it's necessary, but I'm going to glue this bit to this bit. So take a line of glue and pop it on there. Am I in shot? Yeah, of course I am. Must be getting better at it. That's that. Then we're going to take a line of glue along the top of there and the bottom. And I'm just going to have to twist it to do it because my arms don't work that way. Whee. I have to say, because I'm using my glue stopper with a longer pin, my glue is coming out much easier because I've only recently lost it. I'm sorry. Whee. So there we have that. I'll just pop that to one side, bring the other one back, and we need to do a little bit of gluing on here. Right, so close it up and let's glue this pocket. We're going to glue down that side and the bottom. Put your glue on the pocket because it is a smidgen short, but that's not an issue. We want it to close nicely. You will find this pocket is a smidgen short, it just is, because it's had to come around that crease. There we go. Now, open it up again. Let's see if I can get this gluing in the right order, because what we want to do now is attach this piece to that piece. And if you don't glue it in the correct order, you then become a bit of a cropper. Right, pop that in there. Yeah, this is it. I forgot to glue that. Look, I forgot to glue that. So just put some glue down inside of that crease. Told you, just watch me make it before you have a go yourself. Because I might get it wrong. A lot of steps to this. So yeah, that's that. Right, here we go. What I need to do now is I'm going to have to put glue. I need to put glue all the way down that piece. Yeah. Down that piece and down that piece. And then get it all in at once. Yeah. This is really difficult. Says me. Right, so glue all the way down there. But don't let that touch. Now, I'm going to stuff a gingerbread man in. Yeah, anything will do. It doesn't have to be a gingerbread man. Now, I need to put glue on here, because that is going to close that pocket up, and on here. We've already got glue there. Take your gingerbread man out and pop that in. I would suggest not using art glitter because it dries too quick. Just use PVA. But I didn't think of that. Right, now that's that in there. So, and that's it. We've done it. It's done. It's done. Look. I know there are other places in here where I've not glued. The reason I haven't glued is because if you do glue, it won't fold up properly. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. So that's it. We've done it. Don't want to glue there. Oh, yeah, I will glue there. Yeah, put a bit of glue there. Yeah, so like I said, not perfect this week, but we got there, didn't we? And I think it's so worth it. Wow, look at that. That's just... I'm amazed that we've got all those pockets. We've used a one-sided sheet of paper and all the white's covered. The only bit of white you've got is there. So then you can go ahead and fill that up with tags. I'm just going to grab some random ones from my box again. I'll go ahead and decorate them so you'll see them all decorated on the thumbnail. Oh, that looks good. I can use that as a big giant... Oh, look at that. Big giant oval tag. I quite like that. Yeah, ooh, yeah. Never thought of doing that before. Just happened to be the first thing I grabbed. That should go nicely in that double pocket there. Yeah, ooh, me likes. And what else have we got in here? What other interesting shapes? That's good. I mean, you don't have to have all your tags, boring tag shapes, do you? I think we're just proving that now, aren't we? That's another couple of interesting shapes. A lot of these die cuts I don't actually have the dies for. I used to go to some craft classes in a craft shop. Yeah, ooh, what a place to go to craft classes. And the lady used to sell bags of die cut shapes. And they were so cheap, 50p a pound. And I used to pick them up quite often. Oh, that can go in there. That can go in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9. Can I count? 1, 2, 3. It's that one I've counted it twice. 4, 5. Silly woman. 6, 7. And we just need a bigger one for the side. I'm not going to spend 3 days. Oh, look at that. That's nice. An embossed flower. If I put a little tag on that, I can use that corner. So there you go. I just think that's super amazing. And yeah, why this lady isn't doing YouTube videos anymore, I really don't. I don't know why. You don't know, dear. So yeah, 8 pockets from one 12x12 sheet of paper. I hope you understood that. I hope it was clear enough. And yeah, I will see you later today. You've got another video coming up. It'll be the scrap busters. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.